Residents in South Australia's Riverland have been warned to prepare for floods in late December, with river modelling predicting flows unseen in the region for half a century. Premier Peter Malinauskas said a peak around Christmastime was likely to result in 185 gigalitres of water flow down the river per day, with a moderate chance of 200 gigalitres and a lower probability of 220 gigalitres. River communities receive flood update. News and stream for free greater than. We are on high alert on what we expect to come across the border in late December, Malinauskas said. We are still working towards that 4,000 property number being inundated as a result of these additional flows. Earlier this week, the government announced a $51.6 million support package, which includes grants for residents and businesses affected by the floods during the peak tourism season. Malinauskas said the water flows would be close to the total amount of water consumed by all South Australians over a full year. Previous modelling predicted a peak in early December, but the Premier said the updated river flows show there was less concern about the first peak, with water levels expected to rapidly rise and reach up to 175 gigalitres a day over the next fortnight, subside and then rise again. We have not had a revision upwards of the high probability scenario within that first peak that's expected in December, Malinauskas said. Flood barriers stretching 4 kilometers have arrived in Adelaide as part of a $4.8 million flood protect package and will be dispatched to river communities. 1.5 million sandbags have now been sourced that will progressively come into South Australia over the week again, Malinauskas said. State Emergency Service Chief Officer Chris Beattie said the update flow forecast meant residents in the region needed to prepare the flood emergency plans. It is important that households and businesses take action now. Prepare your property for inundation. Consider when you're going to leave, Beattie said. Power cut and evacuation centers open. Beattie said currently 320 residents were cut off from power, another 600 were expected to be disconnected over the next week, and a total of 4,000 customers if flows reach 220 gigalitres a day. Those customers could be a residential property, a shack, they could be an irrigator, he said. Department of Environment and Water Executive Director of Water and River Murray, Ben Bruce said South Australians could expect drinking water to look and taste different, however, it was still safe to drink. The Red Cross has set up a telephone outreach service and is opening relief centres in towns including Berry, Mannum and Murray Bridge for evacuations. Some of the information that we're hearing is people are exhausted and they are stressed already because of the anticipation of something happening, said Acting State Manager of Emergency Services Alana Pedler. Some people are feeling really quite scared because they were struggling beforehand. Pedler said the government needed to ensure information was reaching the communities most vulnerable, such as those homeless along the river, and residents who did not speak English as a first language.